everyone, and welcome back to Tutor Tips with Kara. Today we're going to be working on some more ACT prep in the math category. My goal is obviously to help you guys prepare for the ACT. Today we're going to be working on word problems. So our first question for today is, a car averages 27 miles per gallon. If gas costs $4.04 per gallon, which of the following is the closest to how much the gas would cost for this car to travel 2,727 typical miles? So we're going to try and solve this as quickly as possible because the goal here is to do as much as we can in a little amount of time as possible because we only have 60 minutes to answer 60 questions. So first we're going to start with the 2,727. And since there's 27 miles per gallon, we're going to just divide that by 27. And make sure you always have your calculator handy when you're taking the ACT. So 2,727 divided by 27 is going to give us 101. So with that, we're going to have to multiply that by the $4.04 so that we can see how much it costs for the entire trip. So 101 times $4.04 will give us $408.04, so our answer choice would be D. Next, we have abandoned mines frequently fill with water. Before an abandoned mine can be reopened, the water must be pumped out. The size of the pump required depends on the depth of the mine. If pumping out a mine that is D feet deep requires a pump that is a minimum of D squared over 25 plus 4D minus 250 gallons per minute, pumping out a mine that is 150 feet deep would require a pump that pumps a minimum of how many gallons per minute? Now these word problems are a lot to look at once, and especially when you're in a hurry trying to finish these questions. So the goal is to really break down the content that's in here. So what is our variable? Our variable is D. And then our equation for that would be D squared over 25 plus 4D minus 250. And then we're going to plug in this 150, which will be 150 squared over 25 plus 4D, plus 4 times 150 minus 250. Now at this point, we just plug this into a calculator and let the calculator do the work. Remember to be very careful when you're typing things into a calculator because it can do all the work, but a simple mistype in the calculator can mess up the whole problem. So 150 squared divided by 25 plus 4 times 150 minus 250 will give us 1,250. So our answer choice here is D. And remember, I like to break it down into small sections on the calculator. That way I don't have to mess with all of the parentheses. But however you know how to do it and do it quickly, that's the way you want to go here. Our final question for today is, a typical high school student consumes 67.5 pounds of sugar per year. As part of a new nutrition plan, each member of the track team plans to lower the sugar he or she consumes by at least 20% for the coming year. Assuming each track member had consumed sugar at the level of a typical high school student and will adhere to this plan for the coming year, what's the maximum number of pounds of sugar to be consumed by each track team member in the coming year? So take yourself back to middle school and remember part over whole equals percent over 100. And that's how we're going to solve this equation. So we need to know how much out of 67.5 would equal 100 minus 20%, so 80% over 100. And then from here, we're just going to cross multiply and divide. Again, doing this on our calculator, 80 times 67.5 will give us 5,400, and then divide that by 100. Our answer is going to be 54. Now, one thing I'd like to point out before I leave you guys today is that you may have noticed all of the answer choices today have been D. When you're taking the ACT, don't be alarmed if all your answer choices seem to be the same answer and over again. Just answer how you normally would for each question. Take it one question by one question. All right, that's it for Tutor Tips with Kara this week. I'll see you later. Good luck on your ACT tomorrow, December 9th.